Welcome back to the Wafflehouse in Exandria and beyond.
Hey.
Every week that just gets slightly less and less, doesn't it? It's lost its it's our jazz since we lost his Skip from the party. It's like it's not the same. We miss you, with Skip.
We miss you.
We miss you.
We miss Skip.
Hey.
Bong. I do have a bell somewhere, but it's too much hassle to actually get it to ring. Okay, a resume from last week.
Hello. Yes. Well, what happened last week? Not a lot if you think about it from a lore perspective, but for us it was quite an ordeal. We came across the giant worm we've been hunting in Limbo, and proceeded to, over the course of in our time, approximately 90 minutes, just whittle ourselves down to all being swallowed by said giant worm. And we have arrived in a separate plane from Limbo. Our magic isn't backfiring on us or causing any side effects. Whilst we were all being swallowed, Dak decided it'd be a great idea to smash the only light source we have, and now we have a bunch of evil spirits slowly breaking us down, almost like this is the beast's stomach.
You are in the belly. Sorry?
It's head load.
Is that loud?
Sounds okay now.
I can hardly hear it.
I think it was just a massive boom at the start, I think, wasn't it, for a few seconds?
Okay. In the belly of the beast, in a dark chasm, pink-purple crystals litter the floor, as do the bones of previous inhabitants of this space. Illuminated by a single glowing rock thrown by JC, I believe. The coldness in this space feels supernatural. You feel washing over you waves of despair, anguish, sadness, loneliness. And you stand there as the despair wraith disappears off into the darkness.
Well, that was unpleasant. Any ideas? Teleportation is one. Investigation is two. This hole I'm in is absolutely not deep enough to escape.
No, it was it was made, excavated by the rock monster next to you. It's probably about 2 feet down, but really, no, you can't escape through that. You can try, but you would struggle.
I mean, Loren's now just sheepishly stepping his way out of it after realising that it wasn't an escape pit.
Well, you did fall into it last week.
I know I did. That's why I'm climbing out. May I examine one of these crystals again? I did have a look previously, but I was teleported back before I could get a proper glimpse.
I think you tried to look at it last time. It was, you think it's a bit it's a bit like quartz.
Quality quartz.
It's difficult to see because there's not a lot of light here.
If I can, I will light up the end of my staff.
Yeah.
And again, if I can I take out my tinker's tools and just try and cut off a sample?
You can try, make a strength roll with disadvantage because you won't have the right tools for that.
Fair enough.
Okay.
5.
Chink. You don't even scratch it. You should have light on you now.
It's only a tiny little hammer, so it's more ting 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 ting
Yeah.
ting ting ting. I think that's going to keep me busy for a bit.
the rest of you doing?
I'd probably have in this time got detect magic up and seeing if there's anything around that may be.
Yeah, I think you had detect magic up before, and you felt that you could see transmutation magic here. There's a bit of radiant magic. There's a slight degree of necrotic magic floating around as well, and there was chaos magic too. So there's a whole smorgasbord worth of different things floating around. The large crystal that was broken, you can see that, and it's not giving off any magic aura that you detect now. Now somebody broke the light bulb.
Actually, that's the point. The light. So was it a crystal or gem? What was it that we smashed?
It was a 3-foot tall crystal coming out of the ground, like the others, but much larger.
That might be
with a light.
Unfortunately, a bit too big for mending.
Yeah, there was a light sort of pulsating out of it.
Yeah, I can't mend that. That's a shame. That might have been an option to tinker with. I'm just going to scratch my head and start reading through some of my books. And what that's going to be in the background, guys, is I'm going to look at everything I can possibly do now. Yash just basically told me I can ask of her aid once more. So if you have any idea of any spells that you normally can't cast that you think may help us here, I'm going to read through my book and see if I can find anything that'll help.
Well, I suppose I'll cast Aura of Vitality and start doing each person in turn. How, do you reckon I'll be able to get all of them?
So what's your proficiency bonus?
6.
6. So you can that's 12d6 that you can heal on various people. You can split it up as you wish.
That's like a friendly fireball.
Is that 12d6 per person or in total?
In total.
In total.
Don't bother giving it stack though.
So it lasts a minute, but so you'll be doing that. So you are healing people.
I do 2 of them. Right, so I can divvy that up. I will do 2.
I'll take 37 points of that. The rest of everyone else.
No, I will do 4 dice per person. So going from top to bottom. So Lewin, you'll get 4 sets of 3, so 12. Azakar 5, 4, 5, and 1, and then Fomos you get 2, 2, 4, and 1 worth of hit points.
Oh, maths my weak point. No, that's 9. Thank you. I'll take that.
Thank you very much, sir.
That's all right.
What can Asker actually see in this place at the moment? Is it very much just rock, gem, dead bodies?
Rock, gem, dead bodies. Make a perception roll for me, please.
Okie dokie, perception. That is a 17 if you can't see that.
I can't. I just have to reset the APIs. They keep crashing since they've updated Roll20. So you look around and you see not a lot more than I've just described to you. The bones of assorted shapes and of sizes as well.
Okay. And I'm right in saying that last week I think I hit it with one of my Crown of Stars. But that did no damage, did it? As far as I could tell, it seemed to do no damage.
No, it can't be hit by anything.
I think you damaged. I think you damaged JC.
We've learned that force damage is totally ineffective, but other forms might work.
I thought against this wraith thing that was coming and going, we didn't damage it at any point with the few attacks.
Oh, I thought you were talking about just a Marmaduke and everything in here.
No, just those wraithy, horrible spirit demon things that have been floating around. I managed to hit it with something and was told it did no damage, I believe.
Radiant necrotic.
You did radiant. You've done fire. You have done force damage. And you've tried bludgeoning damage, and none of that worked.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought.
Would holy water work? You think, guys?
Well, it's difficult to say. I would say yes, but radiant damage should work.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
what I was
don't know
thinking.
why
If
it wouldn't.
Radiant's not hurt it, then maybe not, because I can make holy water, but it will take quite a while. I think the only option we've got here, guys, is just is you're saying using the although it's a bit of a one-way ticket, but the teleport that we can take back to Sanctuary.
There is that, or we could try and find our way through this area, but that does mean moving in a physical sense.
I'm going with Azakar on this. The need to teleport is very, very, very expensive, and we might need
Okay.
that.
There was nothing down south, so I'd suggest we head north.
I suppose I haven't been able to get this tip of this quartz off, but if I managed to accidentally knock a pebble or something off.
No, because it's too hard for your little things that you've got.
That's right. Well, I'm gonna put my tiny little hammer away, and can I just look around? Are there just pebbles or broken shards of stone around?
There are pebbles around in here, yeah.
What I will do is I will cast light 3 times,
Yep.
and I'm going to pass them to Big Dak.
Yep.
And I'll ask him if he can throw it in cardinal directions of west, north, and east.
Can do.
This is the
north, yeah. You went west.
north and east. This is the poor man's dancing lights.
Okay.
Which is hilarious because I'm worth several 100,000 gold pieces.
So north, south, and west. So you already say north, west, and east, yeah?
Northwest and east, please.
East.
Okay. So it seems as though not much to our east, not much to our north, but there's something to the west. Looks as though this bends round over here. Has anyone got any dancing light or light spells they could add to that?
I certainly have a light spell that I can add to that.
I can do the same with light on stones if you want.
Phomos, you realise that the others don't have your ability to see in the dark as good as you do.
Sorry, what was that?
You remember that the others can't see in the dark as well as you can.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. You haven't got my eyes.
I've also noticed there's a glint of the light just to our southwest of something multicoloured.
Yep, that was the pummeled crystal from due to Dak.
Oh right, okay, that was that.
That got jacked.
Certainly did.
Well, do you want me to? Would it help, guys, if I make a quick dash around the outskirts of this, see if there's any way out?
I'm sure that's fine. We haven't had any. Do I get the feeling that if he moves outside of the circumference, we could have some issues with what we get in limbo? That hasn't happened here, has it?
You cannot see any bubbles at all, no.
Okay.
I'll keep you in my line of sight anyway.
That will come with you.
I guess I'll perform some. If I need to do is turn some dashes. I'd probably start this way and work around, see if there's any outcrops.
Okay. So you're gonna move yourself then?
Yep.
Have a movement.
I'm just checking. I can dash. That's 70. So to there.
We'll just assume that Dak's with you, save me chasing you around.
Well, you can't run as fast as he can.
You can sort of try and keep up. I'm just going around the edges to have a look.
Okay, so make a perception roll for me, please, as you explore the outside of this room.
Yeah. That's not going to be very good. Am I able to guidance myself?
You can. Before you do, you can take an action to do a guidance, yeah?
That's fine. I'll do it. I'll breathe for a moment and open my eyes and have a proper good look. So let me just put the guidance on and perception 18.
So from where you're standing, all you can see is walls. There was a slight wetness to them, and there is dripping water coming from the ceiling, which is even above your range of view. So it's a long way high. For some reason, I cannot turn this sound down. It's attached to the wrong thing. That's annoying.
If there's nothing from this direction, I would head north this time. Or no, northeast, I guess, not go straight into the wall.
Okay.
Probably up to about there.
So you're going around the.
Yeah, sort of around like this.
Yep.
So I'd probably make it to around probably about there-ish, I'd say. 20. Yeah, that's about as far as I'd get.
Okay.
I think there, yeah.
Just gonna change my background noise, I think, because this one's not working particularly well. Let's have. It's gonna be more like that.
Basically going with the trick, he's closing his eyes for guidance, the roleplay around that essentially. He's going to close his eyes for those 6 seconds, and that's almost like,
okay.
You know how like you can see things better in the dark when there's less light, just before having a little look.
Okay. So you rolled a 16 before, so okay, so that's guidance. Okay, another 2 for guidance. So 18 again. The walls are similar. There are crevices that going in and out of this place, but you look into them and you see nothing there. You do start to feel cold again.
I'm going to move back.
There's a way you're starting to feel despair, sadness, loneliness wash over you. So you can move back.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to them now. That's I've got the willies.
Okay. What's your rate? How far can you see?
120 feet, I think. Let me just quickly check again.
Okay.
Devil's Sight. Yeah. So it's 120
so
magical and non-magical.
You can see now, coming through a wall down here at the south, you can see 2 red eyes, balefully looking at you.
Okay, guys, I don't want to panic you all, but there's nothing to the north or west of us. I genuinely don't think there's anything else here. I can't see anything but walls in my entire periphery, and we've got another one of those spectres coming from the south. And he'll be going that way.
Could you try putting a wall of force or ice or whatever it is that you do to prevent things from coming towards us? Try and block that thing off.
I could attempt it. I don't know if it would work.
Well, anything's better than nothing at this point, I think.
Well, very, very well. Can I cast either of those at the moment?
You were doing something specific. You were. What were you doing? You were playing with.
I'm trying to get. I was trying to harvest this quartz.
Yeah. So you're doing that. So you can stop that at any time you want.
Yeah. I would have stopped when I asked for the stones, and I will follow the remarkably good advice from JC. I'm trying to find the spell, and I will use my staff to cast wall of ice.
Okay, put the wall up. Put the wall on.
And I'm going to pull that on. It's been a while since I've cast this. It is a sphere with a radius of 10 feet. Or I'm going to put it in 10 10-foot square panels. So can I get everyone in?
Huddle up, guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Move, Phomos. 9,
Quick, join
10.
us.
And I will summon that around us.
When you're suddenly surrounded by the cold, just the temperature drops around all of you. So you can see nothing through it.
We cannot, which I think is a bad idea. But it was JC's idea, so I'm fine with it.
No, I'm taking your first one where you said it was a relatively good idea. So
I can use Ghostly Gaze for a minute. I think it's a whole minute. Let me check. Yeah, so
yep.
I can look through this ice for a minute. So I'm going to use that now.
So you see the spectre drifting towards you.
I'll at least know if he gets within 10 feet of me if I can't see him.
I will give you a running commentary. Don't worry.
It's getting closer.
It's getting closer. It's right by the wall.
It looks at the wall. It just stops momentarily.
It stopped.
And it passes right through.
It's definitely gonna pass right through. It's some sort of ghost.
It just walks through the wall, and there's just these tendrils of ice and a mist just cling to it slightly.
It's got through. Drop it.
It's a good thing it's Halloween because we're all gonna scream.
And Dak, you are there. It looks at you.
Back it.
And as his action, it will just reach out to touch you with a 15 to hit.
I'm not getting the bonus from the armor at the moment, so yes, that hits.
That's 18 necrotic damage. Forget, you don't need to make the wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
And he goes to touch you again. 22 to hit. That's 22 necrotic damage. And then, please, everybody needs to make either a wisdom, intelligence, or charisma saving throw.
Now, if you've already passed...
If you've passed one, you can't do it again. Can't do that one again.
Oh, 3 for 3!
Wisdom, intelligence, or charisma, was it?
So, Fomos passes, Dak passes, Azakar fails, Lewin fails, JC fails.
That's a 17. Is that still a fail?
That is still a fail.
Okay.
So, Fomos, what did you do? Wisdom.
Yes.
You feel loneliness and futility wash over you, and you are stunned till the end of your next turn. But you've passed it now. You passed wisdom. Dak, 21 charisma. Dak, you feel loneliness. You feel the entity's longing for partner, mate. You're confused until the end of your next turn. Lewin, wisdom. You take 7 psychic damage. Azakar, charisma.
Yes.
Crashed again. Let's move out of the way. Immediately you move to attack an ally as a reaction.
Okay.
You need to attack somebody.
Am I rolling for that? Or...
Yeah, you make an attack.
As in, do I roll a d4 to see who I attack?
Yeah, you just pick one at random.
Okay, pick one at... Okie dokie, let's roll a d4 then. So, people who are next to me, I'll start with Fomos at 1, then JC, Lewin, and Dak is 4.
Okay.
JC.
Yeah.
So you attack him.
Is that just a standard, I take a swing for him?
Yeah, just take a swing at him, yep.
Okie dokie.
22 to hit with you, so you drop your shield and you swing your staff. Does 22 hit you, JC?
It does indeed.
Take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Cool. I'm assuming, because obviously I thought I would have been stunned, I can't...
Oh, you can't dodge it. So actually, so you're stunned, so that is a critical hit then, isn't it? So it's 7 plus... what's your strength, Azakar? What's your strength modifier?
0.
0. So it's 15 bludgeoning damage you take as he just whacks you on the head. Because that's a critical hit.
Yeah, how much was that, sorry?
Stun does do critical damage, doesn't it? Conditions.
JC would be adamantly going, no, it doesn't.
I can't remember. Conditions. stunned, yeah?
Yes, done.
Incapacitated, can only speak falteringly. No, just have advantage. Okay, no, you just take 7 damage. Beg your pardon, just take 7 damage. Okay, nice. And who else took a hit? JC, you are stunned.
Yep.
No, you're not. Beg your pardon. No, you're not stunned. Because you failed. You failed a charisma saving throw, so you have to attack an ally next to you.
Well, I've just been hit, so I'm going to hit him back.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
What sort of... Is it just...
Normal attack.
What, unarmed strike?
No, you got your sword.
Oh, sword, kindness.
Yep.
7.
That's a hit. That's 12 piercing damage on Asakar.
Oh, good.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing? Anybody got any actions left they wish to use? Who's confused?
I'm confused.
So roll a... I'll do it here for you because I've got a thing. Doesn't move or take any actions this turn. Okay?
Okie dokie then.
Okay. Lewin.
What did I get with...
You just took damage. So you got your you got your normal go.
Well, what I will do is I will drop concentration on the ice ball because I don't think all being trapped in here with Ascar flailing is a good idea.
Yep.
Amusingly. There we go. I'll drop that.
Yep.
And I'm going to 5, 10 back away from Ascar, so he gets to hit me if he wants to.
No, to use my reaction.
No, he's already done. He's done a reaction to do that.
Yay! Then I'm going to go here next to this bloody thing on the ground.
Yep. Do anything else?
I will throw a magic missile at this wraith and see if it does anything.
And it just streaks out towards it and it just passes right through it.
Cool.
Okay. JC.
Yes.
You failed. So you have used. So it's your go. So you do your normal turn.
Normal turn?
Yep.
Yeah, I failed my other thing. We did the I hit Azakar.
Yeah, that's a reaction. This is weird. If you pass, you get. If you fail, you get damage. If you pass, you get something other weird happening to you. But you get a bit of insight.
Okay, what do I need to roll then?
Well, it depends what you're doing.
Just take a normal turn, mate.
Just have a normal turn.
Yeah, so it's completely... I've been confused in real life by this one. I'm just going to step back away from that thing because I don't like it. So 5, 10... I would do 15. I'll go to...
Yep.
And then I'll take a dodge action.
Okay.
Anything else?
Okay, and who else failed? Lewin, Azakar failed.
Certainly did.
So, and Fomos passed. What did Fomos get? Fomos wisdom save.
Stunned.
Stunned. Okay. So, Azakar.
Yes. May I pick my shield back up, please?
You may. Free action.
Is that a free action?
Yep.
Excellent. Sorry, excuse me. As far as I'm aware, no one's attempted psychic damage against this thing, so I'm going to attempt to mind sliver it, if that's okay.
Okay. So what do you have to do?
That is a...
Intelligence save. Okay.
Yes, against a 19.
Saving throw. Intelligence. 10. So what does it do?
It just does 22 psychic.
Okay. This creature screams.
Oh.
And you can just see it run away. It runs away from you.
Ooh.
Okay, let's go. It's holding its head. You can see its shoulders are moving up and down as if it's sobbing.
Excellent. Is it still my turn? Sorry, have we moved on?
Yep. So I'm not doing turn order because so everybody's
Sure.
back now. So it's moved to here, and then it goes to here on its go.
Before it gets too far away.
Yeah, it dashes away.
Am I still confused now?
No, start your go. You're not. No.
Cool.
I would call out to everyone that psychic damage seems to have done a thing.
Well, I'm just going to try something slightly different. I'm going to move to there.
Yep.
And then I'm going to try and healing word it.
Okay.
So,
You're supposed to be with us, not against
I
us.
can't click the thing. Well, we tried everything else, and psychic damage worked, but it seems to be suffering.
So you want to make it better?
Well, you know, kill them with kindness sort of thing.
But JC tried that.
It also, Dak, if it
Click-
helps,
yeah,
Danny, I did try and...
Click your spell book thing on your bar you got at the top.
I haven't got that at the moment because it's all changed because I'm wild shaped.
Right.
So I'll just have to. So 1d4 plus your spell casting ability.
Yep.
So 2 plus some stuff is 8.
It does nothing. It just bounces off it. It just doesn't affect it at all.
Okay, psychic it is.
It's also worth knowing that I tried Bless the Dead and it did nothing.
Okay. Azkar.
Yep.
What are you going to do?
I will move just to here, just to get in range, and I'm going to Mind Slither again, if that's okay.
You certainly can. And it just screams, and it just carries on running away from you. Fomos.
That's actually a really good idea. I have a psychic hand grenade, basically. So if there's more than one of these, I want to follow it to its source. So I'm going to follow it.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Up to there, and you keep mind slithering it, and we'll follow it to its source. And then if there's more of them, I can take them all out in one go.
Lewin.
It seems to be that psychic is working. I recognise the spell that Azkar's casting. So I will get in range and throw another salvo its way with another mind sliver.
Okay. It just screams again. It doesn't seem to be being damaged by it, but it really doesn't like it, and it looks terrified. It's sobbing, anguish on its face. JC.
I am looking a little worse aware, so I'm going to start talking to myself, and I'm going to do a healing word on myself.
Okay. So you sit down, lift your leg up, and just lick your butt. Yep.
Pretty much. Although I'm clicking on healing word and it's not doing anything, so I don't know what's happened there.
Oh no, are you out of healing goo?
Yes.
Verbal.
Do that one. Ah, here we go. And I will upcast it to level 3 because I need health. Cool. 10.
Okay. You heal yourself 10 damage.
Yes.
Okay. Let's go.
Although you did put sneak attack on that. I have the 40, that's part of it.
I was sneak kill.
I have no idea what's going on with it. Everything's getting a bit mucked up around at the moment with this. You've changed the jump gate. So, Fomos, the rest of you don't see this, but Fomos, you see this creature run away, and it just sinks through the wall.
Has it been a minute at this point,
No.
or is my ghostly gaze still up? Can I see through the wall?
What does Ghostly Gaze do?
If I have to move there, I guess I'll have to move there. But let me quickly check. Has it got a feet range? I can see through objects, solid objects, to a range of 30 feet. So is that 30 feet?
No, you
of
can't.
depth?
You can't see through it.
I can't see through it.
Nope. You can see through the other. You can see through the walls here,
Oh, okay, that's fine.
but you can't see.
Okay.
You cannot see through the wall here. You can.
In which case, could I take a?
You can see through this one to a depth of about 30 feet, and you just see it's just stone, dense stone.
If I moved in this direction, south east, can I see through here where the wraith went?
Make an investigation roll for me, please.
Yep. I'm assuming I wouldn't have time to guidance myself. That's fine. Ignore the guidance. That's 17.
17. Okay, so you get there and you look at this wall in front of you. It seems very uniform. The rest of this place is like a natural cavern. This wall just seems a lot more uniform. It seems dry. The rest of the walls are wet. And it looks slightly out of place.
I think we found our exit, guys, down here. Quick, let's catch them unawares.
All right.
This wall isn't the same as the rest of them. And I'm going to volunteer to put my hand on the wall and see if I go through.
Okay. You go through the wall.
If I can. Oh, I can!
So your hand just passes right through the wall as if it wasn't there. On the other side, you see a rudimentary cot. And there is a desk with weathered papers on. You can see a collapsed skeleton on the floor, skin taut and dry around it. Next to a stool, which is by this thing.
Yeah, I can't seem to get into this area.
Does Ghostly Gaze count as a spell? I may have been unfair on you here, because you would have actually seen, because you've got Detect Magic up all the time, haven't you?
Well, Detect Magic, I have to concentrate, so I would have dropped it.
Oh, right, okay,
guidance myself. So
okay.
I just have Ghostly Gaze. Yeah.
Okay, so you realise that the wall is now just an illusion, and it seems to fade as your mind recognises that.
Awesome. I can't seem to get into this room.
No, because
token's stuck.
Okay. I will take that off.
Aha.
Hey. But the first thing I'd like to do is, this is the direction that we saw that wraith, that spirit come from, right?
Yep.
So the first thing we're going to go and do is, just as a precaution, I'm going to touch the bones and put bless the dead.
Okay. You can do so.
So just in case this is the source and it's what he wants, I will do that on the bones in the hopes that does something. And then I guess I'd leave the rest to investigate the area while I do that.
The rest of you see Phomos go past through a wall as if it didn't exist. It was like walking through a curtain. And all of you have seen illusions before, and so you readjust your senses and now see this illusionary wall there, which you can see through as it fades. You still know it's there, but it's it doesn't exist. On the far side, you see. Actually, do you see? Have you got anybody got light? Anybody got light up?
Yep, I've got light up.
Yep. So you can see, as described, there is an ancient desk there. There's a stool next to it. There's a pile of bones. There is a cot, which is old, and as you get to it, you can see some of the sheets there just disintegrate into dust as you touch them.
So, can I investigate this little hideaway?
You certainly can.
What I'm looking for is any potential traps or anything left behind.
Traps. Make a perception roll.
P for perception. That's a 6.
No, you don't. But you do see there are some papers on the desk there, faded, yellowed with age, but with obvious writing on them of some description.
Well, I'm going to read the faded papers.
You cannot read it. You do not recognize the language.
Okay. Gentlemen, there is a language here I cannot read. I require Dak, Asakar, and Phomos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what?
Does this mean anything to you? And I'll tap on the rating.
You tap on the writing.
That's what I said.
Okay, so the top piece of paper just disintegrates into dust.
That had the way out then.
Okay.
Careful with the old papers. Now, what language are they in?
Azakar, you recognise this as the Githzerai tongue.
Aha.
It is proper language as from your time. I mean, there's some inflections which are different.
Does Lewin still have this in his hand?
It's on the desk. He just prodded it. The first piece of paper just disintegrated. You play your rubbish wisdom very well, Lewin.
Okay. Nobody touch this. Without touching it.
Yep.
What can I see and read?
So you can read. It is in the old script. There's a diary there. And you see on the desktop there is a silvered medallion with a purple gemstone in it, pretty similar to the gemstones that are in this chamber. And there was a diary there, and the first page tells of. It doesn't say how you got here because that page has been destroyed, but it says we are alone. The others have given into despair already. Albana is close behind. Only I have the fortitude to keep going. That's what that page says. And there are pages underneath it.
Okay.
It's going to be one of those tap to disintegrate, read the next page kind of things.
I am going to ask if the lovely JC wouldn't mind coming over and using his somewhat more delicate feline paws and claws to flick to the next page.
I will come over and I will hold my paw and flick out one paw at a time.
Can you make a sleight of hand roll for me, please?
An attempt will be made. An 11.
Okay. So the top page disintegrates into nothingness.
Yep.
With age.
Next one.
There's a page underneath it, though. Albana has succumbed to despair. I am now completely on my own. Only the strength of my skill keeps the wraith at bay. Despair is in the shadows.
Do you want me to do another hand to turn for the next page?
Can I try and guidance him?
Yes, you certainly can.
There you go, we'll slap a D4 on that, buddy.
Okay.
20.
So you managed to move the next one over delicately, so you get the knack of this now. And underneath it, there's another a sheet. I do not know how much longer I can keep this up. I have read the thoughts. This creature sucks despair and hope out of you. I have a theory, but I do not know if this will work. I do not feel I can do this now. My days are numbered. If anyone finds this, my thoughts are in the book below. I feel it coming again. I will join my Albana. And you can just see then the ink stain is on the paper, trailing towards a body on the floor.
My book below, I will assume it's underneath the bones.
JC, would you mind looking perhaps in and under and around the desk for another book, and be incredibly delicate if you wouldn't mind?
So flip the table over, yeah.
Do you?
No, I will be at least a little bit sensible in this case because lives are on the line. I will have a look around for another book.
Make an investigation roll for me, please. Search the table.
Guidance.
15.
13 and then
Plus 2, 15. You do get... You find a catch, which you twist and it breaks in your fingers. But there's a drawer comes forward and you pull it open. Inside there is a book. Phomos, you see with your detect magic up that there is a... Actually, no, you can't have it up. You've been in guidance. Sorry.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
There's a book there. It looks much better preserved than the paper on the top.
found it.
Sorry, go on.
Found it.
Oh, sorry, found it. If this looks much better preserved, does Azkar think he can just pick this one up and read it? Sorry, JC did that investigation check, so Azkar might not know that, to be fair.
Well, JC's found the book. JC, did you take it out?
Do I think it can be handled? Because I've already had some pages disintegrate on me, so...
This book looks like it's properly bound, and it looks like it's resisted time somewhat better than the faded papers on the top.
Oh, I'm so tempted. Do you know what? Sorry, I'm gonna do a JC thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab the book and start flicking through the pages.
Okay.
Oh, you've killed us all.
Okay, so you do so, and the book opens. Inside there is a script which you do not understand. The paper is old, but it is not ripped or torn when you skip through it with your fingers.
Nah, it's just Wardlers. There's nothing written in this book that's any good. And I'll hand it.
I will just usher JC to the side so Thomos, the person who can read, can look at it. Oh, I will check if I can read it as well, just in case.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming we can't if it's written in the same script as that paper.
Yeah,
well, the script looks same. The script looks similar.
But you don't know that. Maybe with my incredible intellect, I would be able to understand it this time.
Azkar holds out a hand.
I'll give it to Azkar.
So he takes the book, and after all his manhandling, the book falls apart, and you all die in here.
Yeah, that's right.
Azkar, the book is in and the Githzerai language. It is different to you, how you remember the language, but it's close enough to be able to read it. And it starts with... it's going to take a while to read this book.
Okay.
Okay.
Does the wall... is it opaque on both sides, or can we see through it on this one?
Which wall? The one you come through?
Yes.
You can still see there is an illusionary wall there, but you now know it is an illusion, so you can see through it.
Cool. No scary reefs coming our way.
Not that you can see.
Okay.
So can I trust you to keep the psychic repellent up for a little while? I can deal with this quite effectively if we find out we can kill it. But I'd rather save it until we absolutely know it'll work.
Yeah, sure. I will poke my head out the wall to keep an eye out for the scary wraiths.
Okay. So
My incredible vision, I'm sure I won't miss them at all.
Well, what I'll do is I'll stand behind you, and if a wraith happens to come from our side, I'm just going to turn you around.
Is there any loose stones that I could cast light on, give to Dak, and sort of point and make the gesture to throw it towards this darker area?
Yes, you can. You can do that.
As described.
Don't forget, you can't have. You can only have 3 light spells up per person.
Yeah, I didn't do the first 3.
Yep.
So go for Dak.
Oh, that one must have gone out then, because that is. There's 3 on the. Okay, yes, I'll let you do that. Yeah. So, Dak, do you want to do that? Okay.
Yep.
So there's a one that's over there. The stone just rumbles on the floor and just sits there glowing. And the whole room is now starting to sparkle a bit with the lights illuminate the crystals on the floor. Some on the ceilings are starting to reflect as well.
Yeah, it's like a disco. We should remember this place and have a rave here at some point.
So, as a car, you're reading this book. It tells of the thoughts of the worm. I have read his thoughts with the use of my arcane skills. The worm is sentient and intelligent. Not from Limbo, but from a different plane. Perhaps celestial. I have read its thoughts, searching for a mate. The worm calls herself Marama Duyke. She's searching for her mate, Craig. Craig, as in Crayge. Taken by the ants, who must be us. And these ants, she thinks, need to be squashed. My thoughts on the Wraith. This is the despair of Marama Duyke. She has known no companionship, no love, no laughter. My hypothesis is, also for a long time she has not known these positive emotions. My thoughts are, laughter may be something that will keep this wraith at bay. Certainly if you interfere with her psyche, she screams and hides for a while but comes back stronger.
Oh, good.
Joys.
If anybody finds this, and you can see there's a scratchy hand at the end in new ink, the person who's writing this is clearly losing their mind. If anybody finds this book, please do with it as they will. It is my life's work in here. And then it is indecipherable beyond that. As a car. Pages and pages of arcane signals and sigils and script.
Okay, well that part is for another time then. Is this book big enough that I can, or small enough I suppose, that I can slip it in some kind of pocket, or?
It's quite large. It's probably about 18 inches by 12 inches. It's bound by leather of some description. It's got metal bindings in it.
Okay.
You'd need to put it into a backpack or something similar.
Yeah, I have a backpack. I'll slip it in there.
Okay. Bit's okay. It only weighs a pound, so it's not going to encumber you.
Cool. Okay. Well, the information that I've learned, I will share some of it at least, that this wraith will be back. And it will keep coming back, and maybe one of the only solutions to this could be humour, which isn't a bad thing considering we're the Wafflehouse.
Humour?
And just, yeah, this thing knows nothing but despair, so it could be that it's humour that keeps it at bay. Or could even potentially release it. And
There was the JC. There is a medallion on the desktop as well, as I said, which is silver metal with a pink stone set in it.
There was. It's in a pocket now.
Yeah. Strange that this thing has just evaporated. Must have been. Most of you think that must have been an illusion as well.
Yeah, it's like this paperwork. You touch it, right, it just disappears.
I will also let them know that Marama Duyke, not the name she has for herself, is searching for her mate. And then maybe we needn't have necessarily fought her at all.
I mean, there's not a huge amount of giant worms I know of, so it's kind of hard to play matchmaker.
It is, but taken by the ants, who this one feels like that may have referred to him and his people, although a long time has passed. Maybe we could look into that.
Azkar, can you just make a medicine roll for me, please?
Yep. Gotcha.
So the skeleton is that of a Githzerai or Githyanki, you don't know which.
Yep.
Or maybe slightly more of a slighter frame, so you think probably Githzerai.
Jason would say obviously that you say about ants. Don't forget, this creature is really large, so to it we would be ants.
Exactly my thoughts. I think our erstwhile friend here may think of himself and his people, my people from a long time ago, were the ants that separated this one from its mate. Why they would do that, I don't know.
Well, I mean, your people don't seem to like poor Marmaduke very much. They wanted us to kill him. Or her.
They certainly do. I think there's either the case that they are being blamed for something that has nothing to do with them, or, I mean, it's a long time to hold a grudge. But seeking her mate seems to be the main goal. And I'm not sure necessarily that death is deserved here.
Well, I'm sure we can find some friends for this overgrown worm.
Well, she seemed to like us quite a lot.
She swallowed us.
Exactly.
Well, she swallowed you lot. I was the only one who jumped down the throat.
And you did so willingly.
Well, I gotta save my friends, Without you lot, I'm not gonna get very far.
Ah.
In the meantime, I think your suggestion of jokes is a great one. I'm going to start writing these down for when this horrible wraith beastie comes back.
Lewin, I'll be able to help you with this a lot. Just write the Wafflehouse. Because we are the joke.
So, yes, but every joke has a punchline.
Yes. I like the way you think.
Used to think life was a tragedy.
See, we can always, give people a good helping of kindness. It's a bit sharp.
How about this one, Askar? See what you think. I used the data diviner, but she always saw right through me. No, okay, no, that one's going out.
You know Asakar not that well. You know that he does not really have a sense of humour.
You know, people always used to ask me why I didn't have a familiar. Well, I did have one, and it dispelled itself.
Okay. I don't know why you'd tell me that. What was his name?
I will turn and
Yes.
look at Dak and say, Dak, give us your best joke.
It just sounds like a cement mixer with too much sand in it.
A human, a half-orc, and an elf walk into a bar. The dwarf walks under it.
So this whole building, the whole cavern, still makes you feel ill at ease. There's a despair feeling there.
One suspects that we're not taking this with the severity that it deserves.
Owen, why do paladins prefer chainmail?
Ooh, I don't know.
Because it's holy armour.
Hey! You see Lewin just rapidly scratching something out in his spellbook.
I've got a good one for you. 4th edition.
Oh,
Oh, that's a criminally underrated one.
You start to feel cold again.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Prepare the barrage, gentlemen. Dost thou have any mother jokes? Those always a good laugh.
You see 2 red lights coming towards you. There's a degree of anger, whatever the psychic thing you did to this creature, it was not happy with you. It obviously stirred up thoughts that it had long suppressed. Comes towards you.
That's very good, Fomus, but that's way too meta. Lewin's having a good chuckle, despite the severity of the moment. He's very much enjoying the humour.
Sorry, do we know this is coming? Have people seen it?
Yes,
It's in the light
Lewin,
here.
Yeah. Okay.
Lewin will point out the fearsome-looking set of red eyes approaching from the darkness.
see, why did the barkeep always ask why we carry weapons in the bar? We replied, mimics. I laughed, he laughed, the table laughed.
So it's getting closer. And you are laughing. It pauses. Looks uncertain. And then you're silent again. So let's go. We'll go into. You guys all go first, then it's its go. You can see it's hesitating because you just laughed at it.
I once asked my father if magic gets any easier, and he said to me, "It's only if you dispel my expectations."
Okay, could you roll a performance roll for me, please?
Absolutely. That's an 8.
Okay. Vamos.
Yeah, I'll go on. I'll give it a go as well. Am I going to have time to guidance myself before
No.
this, by any chance?
No.
Oh, dang. Okay, I'll go for my joke. A human, half-orc, and an elf walk into a bar. The dwarf walks under it.
Okay.
Terrible.
Make a performance roll for me, please.
26.
You ace it. And it cringes. And you can see it start to fade slightly. Dak.
Am I even going to be able to do this, considering I can't speak common?
Just make fart sounds out of the rock.
Prestigitate some clouds coming off him.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know.
Bring us down, man.
I haven't even got proper lips.
So you fart pebbles. Okay, could you make a performance roll for me, please?
Yeah, 7.
How many people laughed there?
Hold on, I'm going to do something quickly.
How many laughed?
I did.
One. Lewin laughed.
I laughed.
JC, did you laugh?
Yeah, I'll give a small chuckle.
Did you? Did you actually laugh?
Yeah. A small chuckle.
Did you actually laugh though when you told that joke? Did you actually laugh? No.
Personally, no.
No. Azakar, did you laugh?
I laughed when someone made a fart sound. Yes.
Okay. So that is so DC is 5. It is coming towards you, but it's starting to fade as it does so. Azakar.
Asakar's doesn't really get humour that well. Okay, Asakar's going to try some humour.
Oh God, it's like the Germans.
And let him try. Let him try.
Knock knock.
Who's
there?
Who's there?
I unlocked you. Twice.
I unlocked you. I unlocked you twice. Who?
Azakar no, that's the joke done. Azakar thinks that's very clever.
Just looks totally deadpan the whole time and then cracks up.
Make a performance roll for me, please, Azakar.
I'd love to know if anyone actually got that joke.
Two people laughed. Two people laughed. There we go. It's getting closer, but it's fading. Okay, JC.
Why can't the undead write music? They can only decompose. Ba-dum-bum.
Wah, wah.
Right, make a performance roll for me, please.
8.
He doesn't think that's very funny. So he goes here, and then he goes, dunk, dunk. Could you all make me, please? He hasn't got you yet, but could you either make a wisdom, intelligence, or charisma saving throws?
If we've already passed them, what do we do?
Nothing. It doesn't affect you.
Oh, cool.
Hey.
So saving throws. So who have we got? We've got Lewin. Wisdom saving throw. Fail. Take 7 psychic damage. JC. Why did that just crash again? JC takes...
A 28 fails?
did you get 28? I beg your pardon?
Yes.
So JC, you pass. Intelligence. So you fall prone and are crying. You feel despair and sadness, but you've now passed that. Azakar is intelligence, and you fall prone crying as well. You and the cat are holding each other, sobbing. To the end of your next turn. Phomos, 13 intelligence. You take 7 psychic damage, but you can act. Lewin, you took your damage as well. Dak, you don't have to do anything. Okay, start of the round again. Lewin.
Cool. I'm going to go with a classic joke we always used to tell in the under-taverns in Singorn. What do you call 100 at the bottom of the ocean? Littering!
I didn't hear what you said because you crackled up.
What do you call 100 gnomes at the bottom of the ocean?
Oh, I get it now. That was the bit I didn't hear.
We're so bad at this.
Okay, so how many people laughed?
I think that.
So Azakar and JC can't because you're sobbing.
Okay.
Yep.
Dak laughed. Phomos laughed. So Lewin, could you make a performance roll for me, please?
Of course. That's about right.
No. His best friend was a gnome.
Might one if he likes gnomes.
Okay, Phomos.
Well, if he doesn't like gnomes, he might not like this one. How many gnomes does it take to paint a wall? Only one if you throw it hard enough.
So that's one person laughing. I thought that was quite funny. Okay, could you...
I was giggling, but he can only sob.
You can only sob. Okay, could you make a performance roll for me, please?
Yeah. 17.
17. And he fades a little bit more. It's going to increasingly transparent. Dak.
Fart again.
Keep making fart jokes. Yeah, that doesn't get that funny after a while.
I disagree.
Can you do it onto your arm?
Yeah,
And then
I'll
put
try
one
that.
hand under the arm. Go.
Yeah.
Man gets hit.
Okay, well, make a dexterity roll to see if you can actually make a farting sound.
Just gravel falls out.
His leg
Trust
falls
the
off.
Yeah. Dexterity gone. There it is. At 10.
Okay, I'll let you say you can do that. And Dak grumbles to himself. Dak, you actually tell the world's funniest and deadliest joke. Unfortunately, nobody can understand it. So could you just make a performance roll for me, please? No.
Apparently not.
No, even the ghost doesn't understand it. Okay.
I thought it was very funny.
So Azakar and JC,
Yes.
you come out of your sobbing at the end of this end of your turn. So the wraith now comes along here and he goes 1, 2, and he is going to swipe at Lewin with a 13 to hit.
That misses.
Your armor class is 10 plus your dexterity.
Even then, that still misses.
Is it? Okay. And he's going to swipe again with a 9.
Yeah, that misses too.
You can see he's just fascinated by your smouldering moustache.
Lewin's just giggling to himself at the farting sounds coming from Dak again.
And then he moves back
Leaning
again.
back and forth.
He moves away again. Okay, all your guys go. Lewin.
Okay. I am gonna go up with
Death by joke.
Have you gentlemen ever had a necromancer as your partner? I hate dating them because they always bring up old issues.
JC will chuck that.
Okay. Make a performance roll for me.
Absolutely. That's an 8.
You're really not good at telling jokes, are you?
I've got no charisma.
Fomos.
Okay, apologies, Lewin, for this one. How many elves does it take to sharpen a sword? 3. 1 to sharpen a sword, and 2 to write a song, so that when the sword's finished 400 years later, they'll remember who it belongs to.
Oh dear. I think that's going to be quite a high DC, that one. Do I have... Where's my tolling bell?
Oh, God.
I can't find it. It's on here somewhere. Okay, make a performance roll for me, please. 19. Despite that, the ghost found that funny, which means he starts to fade a bit more.
There we go.
Dak. Any more fart jokes?
I think we're running out of toilet humour.
Don't you know the rules? It stops being funny and then it gets funny again.
Oh, is that right? Is that how it works? Okay, right. Well,
Can you make yourself any shape?
can I make what? Sorry.
When you turn into a rock creature, can you be any shape, or can you adjust your shape at any time?
In the other forms, yes. In this one, it's a little more tangible, so I suspect probably not.
Okie dokie.
Although, alter self is verbal and somatic, so what's the limitations of that spell? Okay, no, I don't know. I don't do funny on command.
Okay.
Must do, apparently.
Okay.
No,
As
definitely don't.
as a car, Dak stands there looking like a statue.
Well, Asakar's a bit upset that nobody really. That's the first joke he's ever told, and no one got his knock knock joke.
His knob joke.
It was a knock knock.
Oh, I thought you said knob.
And it was a reference to the spell knock, which is why he was unlocking people. But it's probably because no one here is as intelligent as he is, so it went over all their heads. But not to be put off, he will continue with the knock knock jokes. So knock knock. And
Who's
I will
there?
require someone to say who's there. Thank you very much.
Who's there?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Knock knock.
Open the fucking door!
I need one last who's there.
Who's there?
Woodpecker.
Alright, I've not actually heard that one before. That was pretty good.
JC will be laughing not at the joke, but at Azkar.
So 5. Okay. Make a performance roll. But
That's funnier.
yeah, but he didn't. Ghost doesn't think it was. He didn't get enough points off with all the laughing. JC, you've got to redeem the Wafflehouse.
Yep. He'll crack a finger and he'll go. A warlock threw a teacup at me once. Guess I should have expected it from a tiefling.
Oof.
Okay, well, let's try that performance roll.
A 3.
A 3. No. You can't do wild shape.
No, apparently not.
No. I don't know what's going on with this now. Let me just get it out. PCs. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
So it continues to move away. Lewin, what are you doing?
I will try another classic joke I've heard at some of the gambling dens I've heard. I don't understand it, but it always gets uproarious laughter. What do you call a ranger without an animal companion? A virgin!
Okay, could you make a performance roll for me, please?
Do I get any advantage on this because the uproarious laughter?
Well, it just reduces the DC dramatically.
18.
The ghost thinks that's funny, and it disappears even more. Fomos.
Okay. Hang on. Let's see. Your mama's so lazy. She just needs to she casts Mage Hand just to wipe her ass. No. Oh. Oh god.
No, I don't think that quite landed. But make a performance roll. You never know. The ghost may have found it funny. Oh, ghost!
I am a fucking comedian.
The ghost did find it funny. There we go. Dak.
Oh god, it's me again.
Yep.
Alright. Why are chickens so annoying?
Why are chickens so annoying?
Because?
Okay, make a performance roll.
Performance, where is it? There it is.
That's enough.
Hey,
Yay.
there we go.
Uh,
Children's great jokes work.
Azakar.
Well, he's exhausted the 2 knock-knock jokes he thought of. What do you call a dog that knows magic? A labracadabrador.
Hey.
Hey, it's topical to the group.
All right. Well, make a performance roll. Not sure that one landed, but let's see.
Oh no.
No, didn't. No. And JC.
Why does everyone hate necromancers? They just want to raise a family.
I think we're straying too specific to D&D. I think that's the problem.
Your DC goes up if you laugh at your own jokes. You know that, don't you? Okay, make a performance roll.
Oh, it's better. It's a 1.
Okay, he continues to move away.
Even JC didn't find that one funny.
Okay. It's just about within earshot. Lewin.
I am going to go with. Do you know why elves don't date halflings?
Why?
Because they have a tiny reputation.
Okay, that was one laugh. Okay, let's go for the performance roll. Oh, but the thing he did, the Wraith found it funny, and
guys, racist jokes, quick!
Fomos.
Make fun of each other's races.
How do dragons like their wings? Extra hot.
Hey.
Go on then, go for it.
Let me just get that back up. Performance. Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Anti-dragon jokes, doesn't like it. Dak. This creature's almost completely transparent now.
Right, okay.
I really do put you in difficult positions, doing things you don't like doing. Telling jokes, singing. You hate it, don't you?
Yeah, no, I'm doing very well here. Alright, fine. When should condoms be used?
I don't know what that is.
Every conceivable occasion.
It's got a good lesson in there as well. It's very wholesome.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, well, make a performance roll. Yay! And the creature just stops and just fades away, and you can see it almost starting to chuckle to itself.
It's always a penis joke that gets them.
Thank God for that. Azakar had nothing.
I was really racking my brains there.
The joys of Google. Okay.
I seemed to like cheating to Google it, so I didn't want to do that.
Okay, so you are in this cavern. The despair feeling seems to lift slightly. It's still disconcerting being stuck in this space.
Well, I'd always heard that laughter was the best medicine, but it turns out that laughter is also the best weapon.
Is that another joke?
Yes.
Oh, we're still telling jokes. Why does everyone like? Why does everyone like healers? Because they're the life of the party. Exactly. I think one performance is just going to go negative numbers at this rate.
All this means is that the next person that makes a character needs to make a bard.
No. No, we need some melee, please.
You could be a melee bard. That's what Valor's for. And swords.
Okay. So you're stuck. You're now in this room. You feel that this entity, this spirit, is at least temporarily not going to bother you.
Okay, anything else in this room? Another's going to start looking through bones, and he's going to see if there's anything on the sheet or the bed frame.
Not that you can see anywhere. You've already had a couple of people having a good look around.
Cool, fair enough. And second question is, can I have that book, Azekar?
No.
Please?
This book stays with me.
Oh, suit yourself.
JC will look around the room.
Okay. Apart from the bones on the floor, in here there is, and the desks and things you've already described, there is nothing else here.
One thing JC will be doing is, where has Azekar actually put this book?
It's in his bag. Just put it in his backpack.
Is the backpack sealed, or is it like just a
It's closed. I assume backpacks like that, they would have had zips at the time. I assume you just like you tie a knot or something at the top, I would imagine, or it clips in somewhere, buttons or something.
Okay.
It hasn't. It's not like.
Well, you can try a stealth of hand roll if you wish.
I will always fail sleight of hand rolls. I will be rummaging around and I will bump past Azekar, attempting to open the bag to get the book.
Okay.
As a quick heads up, you do know Azekar to be
What's your
quite a serious chap.
Azekar, what's your passive perception?
15.
Yes. Actually, I want to use my inspiration dice to try and get that up. Is that okay?
Yes, it is.
Roll d20.
You rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Excellent. So basically, you try to undo the buckle on the back of the rucksack. Azekar, you feel the cat rumbling around, trying to undo your backpack and steal your iPhone.
Yep, steal your iPhone.
Azekar just turns and looks at you.
Hi! Look, the book might have more information. I'm with Lewin on this. The book might have more information.
And I'll read it. It's in a language that I read.
Then read it again.
Okay, so what are you doing? You're now here alone, bones scattered on the floor, rusted weapons.
I think we should take a look around and then leave this place.
So
Yeah, I mean, we've found one secret wall, why not another?
Okay, so you look hard, and you, even with Phomos's spectral gaze, you find no other secret space here. This cavern is all enclosed. You see no exits or entrances. The bones on the floor are old, decayed. Some are newer. Various species you can see. Mostly this is Githzerai. There is the occasional slad in there as well.
Well, it certainly seems to think that my people were involved in this. I think it's time to go.
Question is how?
Well, my best guess is we are currently on a different plane.
Yes, I think that's fair, given what we've seen. Or at least some sort of pocket dimension.
And we do have a way of getting back, don't we, to the sanctuary? I think Lewin picked up an item that could get us back there with planar shift.
Yeah, Lewin has the marker
Excellent.
of the monastery, so teleportation, as long as we're in the same plane, is in play.
Louis, could you just make an intelligence roll for me, please?
Absolutely. 28.
So you remember you were given a silver scale, if you remember.
Yes, it's in my inventory for the Enclave Monastery.
When you think about that, you think those, because when you actually hit Marmaduke or Marama Duyke, as you now know her to be called, some of the scales that came off look very like that.
This is feeding into Lewin's thoughts that, you know what? How big was the Enclave Monastery? Was it big enough, perhaps, to be around the same size as Marmaduke?
Actually, it's probably bigger than Marmaduke, truth be known.
Thoughts being that could you fit a Marmaduke-sized creature either inside or maybe built on top of?
Well, with an intelligence roll of 18, you think, well, yes, you could probably hide a creature such as that in that space. You know, the actual Enclave solid land was a reasonable size. The actual building on the top was only part of the floating landmass it was on.
Azuka, you've been around your people longer than I have. This vendetta you have against these creatures, what's the source of it?
That is a very good question. One that I don't know the answer to, and I'm speaking as me now rather than Azuka.
So you know that there was a concern that even when you were on Conclave, when it was much smaller than it is now, that you had to hide from Marmaduke, as you called the worm, and the worm seemed to have this thing about attacking and hunting the Githzerai.
Okay, so even back in my memory, this creature has always hunted us.
Yeah.
And did I know then, or at least think I knew why?
Nobody knows why. It's a bit like Beowulf.
Yeah.
Or what was it? What was the creature called? Beowulf. Begins with a G. You know the Beowulf poem. What was the creature?
Grendel, yeah.
It's Grendel.
Grendel. So there's a creature that would come and just abduct Githzerai if they were unwary. But the protection was much more enhanced now. That's obviously something the divine being has helped you with. And the chanting, you know, must be part of that keeping Enclave hidden from other eyes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Marmaduke, or as we've recently learned, she has always plagued our people. Although I feel like I may have learned something, discerned from her thoughts that I'd never considered before.
Because this scale, the one that was provided, almost identically matches the ones that peeled off dear Marmaduke.
Well, there's been many fights. How many did we see at Enclave? Was you just given this one, or did we see a lot more?
You just give him one.
Okay. Interesting. I feel like there's a conversation to be had there. Maybe they know more.
If we're trying to go and try and confront them with that, they're likely to turn hostile. If your suspicion is correct.
I feel no need for hostilities. They just may know more.
Well, depends if they feel like they've been rumbled and there's some super secret there.
They know me.
They did know you. They don't know you now. You were there 3,000 years ago.
I can understand their caution, but they will know me again.
So Tempest Fugit.
Anyway, as we discussed, I don't think teleport's going to work because we're on a different plane here, so I'll need someone to get me somewhere else first.
I can certainly take us to a different plane.
If you could take us back to Limbo, that would be perfect.
That's it. That I can do. DM willing.
So you.
Sorry, go on.
So, yeah. So, what do you wish to do?
So, me not knowing exactly how all of these sort of super duper plane shifty powers work, I want to take us back to Limbo. I was hoping that I could just take us straight to our destination, but I don't entirely know how these work. That's the spell I was looking to use.
You won't. You can get close by. You can get close by if you wished. But you know it's not like a teleport. You can't get directly to where you want to be. You'll get to sort of the environment around it.
Okay.
You know you've been pretty close to Enclave when you've plane shifted there before.
And also, once we're there, I can teleport us. Although, again, very expensive. And better hope that your people haven't betrayed us.
I see no reason why they would.
Because I'm a bastard DM.
If they have, we will just use our newly found wit to incapacitate them with laughter.
So, what are you doing?
So yeah, I'm happy to do that then. I'll plane shift us back. I don't know if it makes a blind bit of difference, but I'll have to do that as a level 9 because I don't have the 7 available. The only thing I'm thinking is... No, let's do that then. Yep. If everyone's happy.
Could you just make an intelligence roll for me, please?
Yes.
Before you do that.
Intelligence.
Okay. Okay. So you cast plane shift using the silver scale as a actually so what are you using as your planar tuning fork?
That's what I thought the scale was for.
So you're going to use the scale, yep?
Yeah.
Okay. 6. Okay. You fire the spell off, and you haven't moved. You're in the same space.
I just realised the mistake we made.
Okay.
The scale was for teleportation, the Chaos Stones were for plane shift.
Okay.
And as a car, you now remember, because you only rolled a 6 there, that actually you would have to have the Chaos Stones activated and ready for you to go back to Limbo. Otherwise, the bubble wouldn't have been up.
Would that have made a difference to the spell, though? Surely.
No, but when you got there, it would have done.
Yeah, that's fine. But that doesn't mean that the stones would have got us there. So the spell was doomed to fail either way, right?
We've used the stones before to get you there.
But I didn't. Okay, did I have this? I didn't have this spell when I got us there, though, with the stones.
It was. You were transported by the Androsphinx, if you remember Horus.
Yeah. So, do I think the stones would work as the attuned?
That's what you've used before.
Okay.
That's what Horus used.
And when we were in the Feywild to get back as well.
And in the Feywild, yeah.
Okay. So I can't cast that spell again.
Nope.
Well, that's a shame.
How do we get to? So we don't actually know what plane we're on, do we?
Well, it's messy. We're either on a plane or in a pocket dimension or some other, but we don't know layers upon layers where we actually are in terms of planes. It's just who knows.
Okay.
We're just trying stuff at the moment.
So basically, for me to attempt that again, at least, I need to take a long rest. Unless there is some magic item that anyone has that can restore any kind of spell slot.
Let me check if something applies to other people. I think it only applies to me, but let me just check something.
Plane shift is what, 7th, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 7th level spell.
Yeah, I don't think there's any items for that. Well, actually, I've still got my 9th. I can do it at 9th.
Yeah, I haven't got anything.
Alright, so the lovely Dak can give it a go.
Okay, so you have to give him the Chaos Stones.
Fine. How many Chaos Stones do I actually have?
Got 2.
I've got 2.
You needed both of them to actually create the bubble.
Is it possible for him to have them, say, in his left hand, and I'm holding that hand? As we all
Just
need
do
to
it.
hold hands anyway.
Just do whatever you did when we left the Feywild, because you were doing your thing then when I moved us.
I mean, you could hold it as he's holding it.
Excellent, let's get cozy.
Okay. So you create a ring, and you cast. Dak casts
Plane shift.
plane shift, and it suddenly gets very dark round you. You feel yourself pitching forward, as if you're going, falling forwards over yourself. And a wave of heat hits you as you find yourself in a fiery landscape surrounded by magma. Bits of rock floating, of solid rock floating around. You have a bubble around you which is protecting you, but the heat is still intense. Where's your bubble? So you have found yourself back in limbo.
Right, and as we get there, if everyone gets close to me, make sure you're holding on to something. Using the scale that was offered as an anchor,
Yep.
I will attempt to teleport back to the monastery.
Okay. So could you make your do you have to? Yes, make your teleportation roll for me.
With associated object, if I roll between 1 and 100, it succeeds.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter.
Um,
Unless there's a caveat. Do you want me to roll anyway?
Nope. It's all right.
Perfect.
And you find yourself back here, and outside the doors of Enclave. And you hear why I'm getting all sorts of funny noises going on here. Here we go. You hear the chanting. You've just your other side of the defense shield around Enclave. and you're floating there in this bottomless space. This island with Enclave on it is in front of you. You are seen by the people there and recognised and allowed to enter if you wish. You wish to do so?
If we can, we'll rest up and try again tomorrow.
There you go. So you can come in, and the Githzerai are there, and Brother Ahab meets you. You are back. Not looking particularly healthy. Did you defeat Marama Duyke?
Gave it a few bruises. It gave us some. But we're going to have to rest before we try anything else.
I thought the Divine Being mentioned that you were powerful. Powerful warriors. Powerful entities from the prime material plane. Affiliated with a half-orc of repute. A silver dragonborn of distinction. That you would be able to defeat this worm. It appears that the Divine Being may have been misled. Or did you just not try?
Oh, I don't think that's a fair assessment. It's quite a creature and seemingly immune to most, if not all, magic. It's a challenge, as I'm sure you well know.
You've been contending with this creature for a very long time. Surely it takes more than a day for you.
Well, the Divine Being mentioned that you were capable of defeating Marama Duyke. Has been our scourge for many millennia. But come on in. It has been you have had looks like a difficult day. As you come in, the bubble goes down. The bubble doesn't need to be up in the enclave. So you can all go in. Yep, all go through.
Good stuff.
Okay, I'll move you all in. There you go.
There we go. I couldn't get through the door for some reason.
Yeah, I was trying. I couldn't either.
I closed it behind me.
Oh, right, that explains
it. Come, tell us the story over sustenance.
Well, I think Phomos, as our most erudite speaker, should lead on this story.
Looking at Azakar the Ancient, do you wish to tell the story, as you are one of us? Come to the food hall.
Yeah, Azakar will follow to the food hall.
And you'll get up here, and there are numbers of monks sitting there, some of the more experienced ones. And you can recount your tale as you wish. Food is brought to you.
Walk over there.
Sorry?
So on the way as we're walking over there, as to seeing how bad his jokes were, I'll just pat him on the back as we walk by. Just pat Azkar on the back and give him guidance.
The garden's only for a minute.
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought it was longer. Never mind then.
It's only a cantrip. But you can do so. So you feel slightly emboldened having known these people have your back as a car. You get to the food hall and food is served. They all seem to be eating toasted cheese sandwiches for some reason.
Oh. Is there anything else in that toasted cheese sandwich by any chance?
There is a brown chunky pickle.
Oh. Sounds nice.
The most important aspect of a monastic life.
And you can see there's a blackboard there written on it in Githzerai, Azakar. You can see the words Aluin Boreal Toasty. Boreosti, exactly.
Oh, yes.
And you can see numbers of people in there now, including some of the more senior monks as well. And Brother Ahab comes up to tell us your tale. So you challenged Marama Duyke, but you are still alive, so presumably you've driven it away.
Asgard is pretty short and curt. There isn't much to tell. We failed. We fought the beast, and as you see us, we weren't ready.
In what way were you not ready? The divine being said you people were powerful.
Divine being knows much. I don't think easily fooled. The people you referenced an orc and a...
Could you just make an insight roll, please?
Sure.
17. So you realise that the people just prick up a little bit when you actually mention the divine being, and they do not like the divine being being criticised at all.
Well, Asakar's intent there was actually to snap back at the divine being criticised, because he said, and maybe the divine being was fooled, I think he said earlier. And it was Asakar saying, I don't think the divine being is easily fooled. Okay.
So they see they do not want, because they're still unsure of you, because you are Githzerai, part of their tribe, or part of their cult. You have not been there for many thousands of years. So you have to tread carefully around commenting or insulting or making reference to the divine being.
Sure.
And so do you regale your tale of what happened?
What I've said so far is what Azakar has said.
Yep.
That we failed.
Yep.
That we tried, we failed. The group you see before you, whoever else has been referenced, we were not ready for that task. And that's what Azakar says.
I think we could have managed, but the trouble is, it seems almost completely impervious to most forms of magic. At least externally.
Well, the one thing we have learned is that magic which applies force is totally ineffective. It seems as though some others did work.
We rely on our raw talents to defend ourselves. We have no magic skill, as you describe. It is not our gift. Our skills are more based around the mind and the power of the mind and the key that flows through us all. So we do not know about these spells. We do know that some of you mage casters, arcane casters, struggle in limbo with your spells, doing strange things. I assume that you had found ways to counter that.
No, not so far. It has been a hostile place to us.
Well, if you go after the worm again, maybe you need some stability dust.
Does Azakar know what that is?
No. And he looks at you saying, maybe you did not have this in your time. These ground parts of the Chaos Stone at the centre of Limbo. Give it just an area of stability to a degree that reduces the chaos of arcane magic. Now, did you use all those potions we gave you? If not, can we have them back for our supplies?
Asgard used one. That was the superior healing.
The superior healing, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Asgard used his.
Yep.
It's the only reason why he's still standing. Otherwise, he would have been dust.
So, as a tray comes to you all, Asaka, you give an empty potion bottle to them. If those who've got them will have to return them.
Yeah.
Or return something which is very similar, which is empty.
I will return an empty vial, which is ever so slightly smaller than the one which was provided.
Okay. All these vial bottles are slightly different shapes, so that's not a problem. Yep.
JC's seeing Lewin do that, knowing full well what Lewin's doing, will do exactly the same.
Okay. You got an empty bottle, yep. Okay.
Yep.
You've been listening to the Chewingas clearing up all the mess you make in the jungle.
Thank God for a lack of standardization amongst the Githzerai.
I've got a superior and a great. And if it's odd, I'll put back the superior.
Well, the colours are more vibrant. The more powerful they are, the brighter the red and the slightly more glowing they are. So you would be able to tell just by looking at them.
No, I'm not going to be a dick to them. That's fine. I'll give them back the superior then.
Ah, thank you. And then they take them away, and they say food is brought, and you can regale your tale. They now look at the leader. Leader, do you wish to tell your tale as a leader should?
Yeah, I will tell them exactly as it happens. However, I will leave out the very end where we found that secret room and the notes. I will just say that we were attacked by the Wraith, and when we realised we had no other options, we left.
Okay, make a performance roll for me, please. Actually, no, okay, performance, excellent. And now make a deception roll, but you have advantage because your performance roll was good.
Can I, because I'm sat next to him, can I sort of like pinky toe, guidance him?
Yep, just as he gets to that bit, yep. Advantage, 22, 25. Okay, yeah, they just nod and said, that is a tale. We have not had any brothers survive the belly of the beast. That is giving us much to consider. Now, your storytelling probably took a couple of hours to do. It is late. The shifts are changing. Do you wish to rest? Or do you wish to get straight back and confront this beast?
We will require rest before any more.
Okay. So unless you want to do anything spectacular, they will escort you to lodgings.
May I ask one final question?
Yep. Yes, you certainly can.
Atakar, probably failing quite hard, attempts to ask very casually. Any information that you can, even no matter how small it seems, that can help us with this. Do you know why this creature may have a vendetta enduring against our people?
We do not know, just know that we have to be careful and watch out for the beast and avoid it. It is powerful. We have sent out parties against it in the past. Rarely do they come back. We now avoid that creature when we feel the despair wash over us. We know it is time to vacate an area.
He said we do not know. Do I believe him?
Make an insight roll. He seems. Let me just. Do. He seems to be telling the truth.
Okay.
There's no change to his demeanour, and he's just speaking to you as a matter of fact as he was before.
Yep. Well, we shall have to rethink our tactics on how best to take this creature down.
I suggest you rest, rethink, regroup, and re-challenge. Our scouts are out there looking for your broken city. And once you have removed us of this threat of Marama Duyke, we will take you to the remnants of the broken of the town you called Singorn. And you're escorted to an area, and you can have a long rest and munch on crisps and things.
My favourite words: a long rest.
So you all have a long rest, unless you wish to do anything else.
I have a suggestion. JC, how do you feel about doing some investigation?
Well, once I've had a long rest, I certainly probably can.
You sound very far away. Maybe we should talk to each other, standing next to each other, JC.
Yeah, obviously I'll need to have a long rest as well, but yes, I can certainly do some investigation. Depends what you want investigating.
There are mysteries in this monastery that I'm most excited to discover. Alas, I lack both the feline nature and natural stealthiness that beings such as yourself have. With some preparation overnight, I could give you a incredible boon to avoid being seen.
I can certainly give it a go. Obviously, I can't promise that if I do get caught, we don't get kicked out unceremoniously, but I can certainly do what I can do.
Well, what do you think, Dak? My suspicions are this scale, and I'm just going to pull out the scale that was given, seems remarkably similar to the one that came off Marmaduke when we battled with him. Where would the monastery get such a thing, if they're so afraid of combat with this creature? I suspect that a monastery as big as this cell could contain the mate that was referenced in the tome that Azakar was reading.
I mean, it's certainly possible. My only question is, to what end, though?
Seems to me, if we want to get rid of the big fishy, rather than fighting with something extra-dimensional, extremely powerful, we do the good moral thing of returning its stolen mate.
Oh, yeah, I'm totally on board with that. I'm just wondering why the mate has been captured and held hostage for so long, given the apparent trouble it's causing them. I don't see what they are gaining by keeping it captive.
Well, usually when something causes you a great deal of trouble, the benefits must be quite extraordinary.
I think it's worth at least understanding what that is, lest we cause more problems.
Well, allow me to present a hypothesis to you. This is a realm of chaos and disorder, where we have been unable to travel without incredible difficulty due to constantly changing and shifting surroundings. And yet we are standing in a room which has remained in the same form for over 10 minutes.
Although we are led to believe that that is due to the monks in and of themselves and their innate abilities and the chant. Whether that's true or not, who knows?
You're native to this plane. Is that an ability of your people?
Azakar, you know it is. You know that you can get teams of people to stabilise areas, and some of the big Githzerai cities have many Githzerai whose job is just to concentrate on keeping the area stable.
Yep. Yes, of course. We live here in cities far greater than just this.
Well, if that's the case, ignore me. Let's go get a big fish hook and get a fishy then.
I think it's still a valid point. There is certainly more to this than we're being told. And before we go killing anything, we should at least understand fully the situation.
Know thy enemy.
At the very least, there's more to this than the monks know. At most, we've intentionally been deceived.
I mean, if this has been going on since Azakar's sort of time, does he not know much about it?
It seemingly
even if
not
it's
too much more than we've been told by them, only that the worms have, or at least one of the worms has been a thorn in our side for a long time and attacked us and tried to, constantly basically carry a vendetta for thousands of years.
And I mean, like anything odd in the teachings that you had at the time, when you think back and reflect.
So, Azakar, your teachers were slightly at odds with the other Githzerai here because you followed a different path.
Yeah.
And you followed the calling of your mistress, who was based here. The monks obviously serve the same mistress as you. But they serve in a different way.
There's not much here that really stands out as...
So when you actually think about what your task is as a car,
yeah,
and the things that you need to do, you may or may or not wish to mention it to the others.
Azagar has not, and doesn't intend to currently.
No, okay.
Something doesn't completely sit right. JC, from my point of view, is free to have a look around. But if the group oversteps, offends or makes an enemy of these people, I can't guarantee that I'll be on their side.
Fair enough. Although I think it would help for some clarification as to where that line is.
I think it's okay to have a look around.
Strictly reconnaissance.
Attack anyone?
Okay, so the rest of you are going to have a long rest, yeah?
Yes. I am going to say this is an opportunity to do interesting stuff. If anyone would like to go to a demi-plane to dump some more stuff, we could do it now.
Do we have anything that requires dumping?
It depends on your stuff. I have in there at the moment a 100-year cooldown Tome of Clear Thought, a cask of spring oil, a barrel of Anchorel water, 2 shields, 3 spears, 1 scimitar, a full set of adamantine plate armor, and a set of boots of flying. I imagine at least 2 of those would be quite useful.
Well, JC would definitely like the boots of flying, but I don't know if I've got enough attunement slots left. I don't think I have.
And again, likewise, if there's anything you guys have, but maybe it's not particularly useful to you right now, you can stick it in there. And you just have to be aware that you have to keep Lewin alive forever, otherwise you never get your stuff back.
No
all the more reason. To be fair, that's all the more reason that that Lewin should really write in my book if we're going after this worm again.
I'd rather keep my soul away from whatever hatred you have, thank you very much. I know how your pyramid scheme works.
Yeah, I also like to keep my shit if I'm putting it inside your demi-plane, so it's not really there for any other reason but as an insurance policy.
You want to keep your valuable betting pieces alive, so when your evil or malevolent mistress or master wants to go and tells you off, you go, but don't worry, here's the souls of people. I know what warlocks are like, no thank you.
Out of interest, has Thomas ever seen Lewin's silvered cage? remember if you'd lost that before Vomos came along.
I think that was gone.
You broke it. It got broken.
Okay,
You broke it when you
fell
fell off a bridge into the water in a mine. Yeah, you broke the cage.
Oh
No,
yes,
I don't know about that, so that's fine.
Talking of falling off, Lewin's got a bad memory. Do you gentlemen remember a giant turtle-like creature when we were on that mountain near Terra?
Oh yes.
What was that called again? I was trying to transform Asakar into one of them, but I obviously got the name wrong. Dak, it seems like your sort of territory. Do you know what it was?
Would I remember?
It was. You called it a stone dragon.
Oh,
That's-
the tortoise, I think, is that
Because
I
the-
reverse gravity.
Oh, you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about the thing that crawls on the ground.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yes, that was. Yeah, I will tell you. It was a earth plane leviathan. Yes, I know what you mean by a turtle. Yeah. That's even higher DC.
Oh, damn it! Lewin's trying to think of powerful things he's encountered for transformation purposes.
So
He could do up to CR18.
That's pretty high, though. To be fair, Jesus.
I know, but the important caveat: the rules we play at this table, I've got to have seen it. Otherwise it doesn't matter. Otherwise, I could go around turning everyone into like pit fiends and things like that. But I've never encountered one, so I wouldn't know what it to turn into.
The drawings count.
I don't think
no,
so.
they don't. No, they don't.
Illusions.
No, because you need to know what you're turning into.
It's the
So
same
tough.
rules as Dak has for Wild Shape. He's got to have physically encountered it.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
For it
I'm
to
just,
count.
I'm just trying to break the rules.
We did encounter cloud giants.
Yeah, you have encountered clown giants. You had an elemental earth dragon, and you had a clockwork stone defender, and you had. I can't find. I will have to tell you what that thing is that you
We
were
don't
after.
need to do that. We don't need to do that right now. It's just Luke's gonna keep tab of these things as it bit him on the backside and then.
Yeah, I couldn't actually tell you. I think the CR of the Earth Dragon, Elemental Earth Dragon was 21. I think actually, because it had legendary actions and all sorts. Would have been quite useful because it has 362 hit points.
I know. I mean, the rules of True Polymorph is any legendary actions or anything you don't get anyway. You just get the stat.
And it had shale breath. So basically, it was an ancient. It was basically an ancient dragon.
I know.
Could you like true polymorph someone into like a younger version of that though, which would then have a lower CR rating?
That is.
You would have
a very
had to-
nebulous concept.
You'd have to have seen it because that's a different beastie.
I mean, for example, I could turn everyone in this room into a sheep. I'm very good at that, but
It's just a really bad idea.
likewise, I could turn everyone in here into a piece of cutlery.
Not sure that'd be as useful.
Oh, you never know.
His skip would eat it.
They're appetizers for him.
But I think we should do. Now we know what we're fighting. We need to come up with a new plan. First thing to definitely not do anything which applies force type damage is definitely a no-go. I do apologize, Azakar. If I disintegrated you, it would have been very painful.
So what you know is that force, if you remember, force and radiant reflected off it.
Yep.
Psychic damage affected it as well, and also normal weapon damage from kindness actually damaged it as well.
I think I tried Toll the Dead. That
top.
didn't do anything.
Yeah. You tried it because it seemed to. It was a big beastie. You don't know whether you don't know if you hit it with that though.
Oh, that's true. I think at that point it was like, I'm doing so little damage, it would make a blind bit of difference anyway.
So
And Phomos tried to fireball it if memory serves as well, and that didn't have any effect either.
No.
Yeah, fireball didn't work. Did I just out of interest? Do you remember if I used primal savagery against that or not?
Yes,
The
you
melee. Did that? Do anything?
Zaratan. That's what it was. The Zaratan. That was a big turtle thing you went up against.
There we go. Yes, primal savagery did work, or at least as far as.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
Oh god, that's worrying. I have one psychic spell I can cast once, and I have that. Everything else that I have appears that it won't work.
Challenge rating 22. The Zaratan.
yeah, I definitely can't summon that.
No. Cool.
Not yet.
Look, I will let you decide what you wish to do with your. You can go to your hidden room, and deposit things if you wish.
I might as well, as I have an 8th level, and I clearly can't cast clone at the moment.
Okay.
So.
Quick question, DM. Kindness. Have I had to attune to it?
No.
Of course, that does free up an attunement slot. Can I borrow those flying boots, please?
So yeah, you see the little trapdoor appear in the center of the room, and as Lewin opens it, you just come into a fairly boring square room with fairly mundane braziers on the side. You can see in the room there's just a pile of items, but in the center there is an item that Lewin's not expecting. There is just a plain wooden chair just in the center of the room. I don't know where that's come from.
It's the champion's chair, isn't it, Lewin?
That's impossible. The chair demised with
It was on his back. The chair is not there. It demised on his back.
Damn it!
Or the chair is there. It's just broken down the middle. The chair is broken. Look.
So yeah, you all suffer from temporary psychosis, and as it fades, you can see that in the room, you can see that along the walls there's a series of 2 barrels. One wooden, it seems to come from the mountainous area of Terra. The other, it seems to be made of more sandalwood. It seems to be come from Ankarel. Along the walls, you can see on sort of a rack there are 2 fairly mundane-looking shields and spears, a set of scimitars crossed on the wall, and then on a mundane-looking armor rack, you can see what used to be bricks plate armor, and underneath the boots of flying.
I will grab the boots of flying.
Although this seems rather grave robbery, are any of you proficient in the use of heavier armors?
Afraid not.
Nope.
Well, in here it will have to remain then until we get Brick back.
And for adamantine, however, because although it is magical, it's not really it's classified as magical. You'd actually have to get somebody to change the size of it. You'd get Baresh or somebody to actually alter it for you.
Ooh, I am going to store a few of my mundane items in here. So I'm going to go put I'm going to put 500 gold pieces of my diamond dust in here.
Yep.
Along with I've got a vial of blood, which
Yep.
I'm going to store safely. I've got a set of extra chalk I'm going to put down, and I have I forgot what it's called. I've got a Venus de Muriel, which I'm going to store. I shouldn't be carrying that on my person. I've got a vial of hair, which I'm going to store in here, and I'm going to put my hookah in here as well.
Yep. Nice.
Then she's going to look at you, Lewin, with the sort of thought, my God, he's a serial killer.
All of these items are very important to the future, but at the moment, I don't want to lose them.
While you're in there, do you have any form of light armor spare?
Not in here at the moment, I'm afraid.
I don't have any. And I'm starting to feel like I might need something just to stop myself getting massacred every 5 seconds.
Don't you have mage armor?
No, I don't have anything.
No.
You could
I've only
ask
got
the
light
monks.
I've got my cloak of displacement, but my armor AC is just the raw 12. So
Can you wear light armor?
Yeah, Walter can.
On my sheet. It does say proficiency light armor.
Okay, yeah, you can.
DM, can I make a request of Brother Ahab? Could I get a cask of water for the monastery?
They will offer you a cask of water.
Oh, amazing! I'm getting a collection now.
Yeah.
Because I've got a cask of Terra water, I've got a cask of Anchorel water. I might as well get a cask of Limbo water. You never know when they come in handy.
Fair enough.
That's like a thing where you collect a bit of sand from every beach you go to.
Oh, and can I get a wheel of cheese to join the other wheels of cheese I have?
You certainly can. It's a slightly odd look from him, but he
Wait, are you collecting wheels of cheese from every place that you visited?
No, but before Yiskip left us, he wanted to take as many wheels of cheese as he possibly could.
Oh,
so
yeah,
the only place to store them was in my demi-plane. So in the corner you can see there's just a small pile of sort of cheese wheels in the corner. I'm just gonna take the Limbo one and just add it to the pile with a nice neat note on top of it.
It's that sort of thing that when you first open that trapdoor, it's a bit.
Absolutely, it honks.
Fridge. Yeah.
I mean, what sort of wizard would I be if I didn't have an on-demand pantry at any times?
Look, I will stop there for this evening because you guys are just wittering on aimlessly.
Yep.
And I've got stuff to do. Okay. You have yourself a long rest if you wish to have so. And next week we will start with JC maybe wishing to moonlight. But if you're actually going to be out and about, JC, it doesn't count. You don't have a long rest.
Okay. I'm going to need something at some point then, because I'm quite low on health.
You can do a short rest, but you couldn't do a long rest because you'll be out and about and doing stuff.
Yeah. If tomorrow we are taking this thing on again, you need a long rest, unless we're spending another day here.
Well, have a think about it, and I will see you guys all next week then, yeah?
Absolutely.
How about that?
Brilliant. As
Congratulations on all your jokes.
I tried my best not to look any up and just make them up, which is probably why they were so shit.
I think that was probably a big part of it, yeah.
I think the best joke was the pebble fart.
Oh god,
I like the Ranger
that's pretty low bar. Yeah, the Ranger one was very good.
Cool. All right, we shall stop there. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah.
Get rid of all of those.
Or you for 5 minutes.
Of course you can.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
No.
All right, good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.